Alright, this is a message I gotta say in practice. So, call this version 1. I want to involve this thought. So, I stand with Godzilla. What does that mean? Godzilla is a deep resonating force. It's like a cultural, let's say, a myth, a story that was developed in Japan. But I think it represents something way deeper. Way deeper. I can get to it at certain points, but I think just to cover the entirety of what I want to say, I think of Godzilla, Gojira, is deeper than like the representation that we see. Right, so we start there. I stand with that force, feel embodied with that force. That is me. One of my earliest videos, I said, like, I don't know if I'm dreaming of being Godzilla or Godzilla dreaming of me. It feels like that to me. So why do you stand with this is the question at that point, I would guess. I stand with it because I live in a country that I know was taken from me, and I mean a lineage of people. So that lineage of people had something taken from them, and the people who inherited that, they decided to commit, at the time of this recording, the greatest atrocity committed by one act upon Japan. Being sensitive, we all know what that act was. And it's one of those things where, because I did not commit that act, I can distance myself from it. But I deeply, deeply resent that act taking place. I really do. And it's not something that was taught to me. It was kind of like, hey, this thing happened, but, you know, but I mean, to really look at it like holistically, that was a really, really heinous thing that was done. Like, I want to say it directly at the camera. And that was a very, very, very bad thing. And I'm connected to it. But I didn't commit it. I didn't make those decisions. So that puts me in a quandary. What do? Do you try to escape it? No. I realize I am that dark force. I am Gojira. It's a weird stance to take. Like, how do you stand with Satan? But the only true thing I can think to do is to offer myself to that land. I feel a deep, I can't even think of the word, but resonance, call, urge to protect that land, to offer my complete and utter dedication. And that is why eventually I want to translate this. I have to transcribe these words, and then I'm going to translate this into Japanese. And I'm going to learn the words. I'm going to get the very statement clear about how I feel. Condense it, really learn how to say that. And I feel like once I have that, I can say that with, I mean it, I know what these words mean, and I can say this out of my mouth, then I will live there and offer everything and become, I'll never become a Japanese person. I know that culture protects themselves. They don't need my protection. They have all of their systems in place, is very organized. Everything within their system works, in my opinion. And I want to align with that system. But I can never claim to be a part of that. I can never, but I can recognize it as a good way of living, and that's the way I want to live my life, is with them, under that system. So I submit myself to Nippon. That land is my royalty. I offer myself to that land. I will be its protector, understanding the darkness from where I was birthed. And having the humility to know that. And carry an energy of protection. It's not overbearing, but this there in peace and only there for uplifting that situation into its proper glory as they see it, to be within them and live as they live, and set myself as the greatest example that I can be for them, putting it simply. And that's what it means for me to stand with Godzilla, Gojira. Gojira. Arigatou gozaimasu.